Well, new spot of bother. F1 the movie, whatever that means. There's been basically every single post by Formula One in the official website, every single YouTube video, every single shit in a recent month has to be about this creature. I believe I will have a similar feeling, super duper Americanized, and of course, not realistic. Well, shit. I was wrong. And I have to admit, not everything I just said came to fruition. Even better, I did not expect that it is physically possible to interpolate together two very different words. The word of real Formula One, drivers, teams, brands, everything, and the script, a fake plot of a movie. Blend them together such a way that it is watchable, and even more amazing about that movie, it's actually entertaining. It's enjoyable. It's fun, and it's very well done movie. I don't know how much of a work in terms of logistic of putting those two concepts together. Brilliant job, fantastic team of great minds who figured out how to put a quasi-plausible story into real set of events, people, brands, and racing, and make it still like making you not being detached from the plot. You know, you have generic sensation that this is plausible, therefore you watch it. I have like that. If I see, like, I cannot watch the movies like Jurassic Park because there's so many violations of second law of thermodynamics or just conservation of energy in general, that I just see something, I see it's impossible, I feel detached. Like, why am I supposed to watch that? It looks fake. I know it's fake. Fuck off, basically. But no, this one is different. This actually forces so many real situations, scenarios, the way it's filmed. You know, most of the stuff happening around the car, of course the car in many of shots is just replaced with textures of the Apex car, but everything else around, it feels like it's been filmed on a real track, on a real race, as a part of a race. And even they used pieces of the real race and managed to put them into the movie such it feels plausible. Like, when I saw that, I said, no fucking way. Like, this is beyond. Like, I think they used the Mexico Grand Prix, where, of course, the Checo was launched upwards and begun. But they managed to use those shots and drag the plots of the race in their own way, such it doesn't collide with your memories, and even more, it enforces what you felt that day if you watched that race. So yeah, pros, fantastic film making, great practical effects, great special effects. Computer generated effects, well, thankfully they were limited to only where they are needed. Realism, well, 70% I think is achieved. Well, I'm so happy that filmmakers actually learned after the Ford versus Ferrari. Well, decent film, apart from one thing. Apparently, by racing, you give it 50% of a throttle of what your car can do and no more. And when something happens, you reduce the gear and press the foot to the floor so the audience understands that now you wanna go fast. Well, sorry to destroy your childhood, dear children, but that's not how the racing works. And it's visible in this movie that they understand that concept, and it's not there. On the other hand, well, the cons is, for example, I don't like the sound of the cars, especially downshifting. There isn't any. It feels like they have one gear all the way in the truck. And I mean, it's not like CVT transmission. It's one gear. it's furious. One of my favorite things about Formula One is the downshift, because you go first 3 gears very quick and then you do longer gaps because there's bigger ratio between those gears. So it's ding, 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 ding. Over here, I couldn't hear that. So what gives? There must be pros, there must be cons. Final verdict? Yes, watch that. I do not regret a single penny spent on that evening in cinema, and you shouldn't regret either. It's a fantastic movie, even for someone who's far from watching Formula One races. You will still understand everything because it's that simple. Plot is decent, but in general, it's really fun to watch. I highly recommend that. Take your kids, take your loved ones, and have a good time, because this movie is giving very good thrill. And I have to tell you that the shots are magical. I got, right after being in a movie, I got into a car and up to the highway, and I noticed one thing. They put so much effort into matching the aperture and the shutter speed, so that the amount of blur, so that, you know, when the things go by quite fast, is so well tuned that it looks like it looks so real. It's so freaking real. Like, chapeau for that, because I know 2 bips and bobs, and I know how difficult it is to achieve that in such difficult conditions, like changing lights, one race in the rain, one race in a full sun, one race at night. It's so difficult, but they managed to do it all over the place perfectly. Sorry for I opened my window because it's like 23 degrees it was in my room, and now plenty of insects are attracted to my lights. Well, so I will better take care of that. And I highly recommend F1 the movie. I don't know why am I saying that. Probably I'm gonna hate myself in a couple of years' time. But I think this movie deserves a big batch of rewards for what it achieved. And I hope it will change the way films are done today, especially action films, because realistic is better. And with that note, thank you so much for watching. We hope the rant wasn't too long. I wanted to do just first a little bit extended update about what is going on. So next movie, hopefully I will stitch something about me going on an adventure in my daily driver. It's about 3,000 miles adventure, so expect it might be in part 1 or 2. I will try to maybe I will just shove everything into one movie and cut the most important bits. I don't know yet. Sorry for being so long outside the Matrix. I unfortunately had to rest. As you've probably seen my post, I'm now rested. So back to work, back to business, back to racing. And as always, I'm Joe Driver. You drive safe. And I'll see you out there. Bye now.